Hello, everybody. Sam Davidson here with MEA Worldwide. And yes, we are inside, we are quarantined, and we hope that all of you are too and are staying safe and well. But we are still bringing you guys some premium content. We have an interview today I'm so excited about. I have Lisa Vidal here, who is one of the stars of The Baker and the Beauty, which is a new show on ABC that I'm completely obsessed with. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you. How are you?
I'm good. I've seen the pilot 3 times.
Oh, wow.
I really like it. I thought I was gonna get a screener for episode 2 last night. I thought it was in there for some reason, and I was like, yes, I'm so excited. Just because it's such a feel-good show right now. And I will just say this: like when I watched the pilot last week, it put a smile on my face that just felt so good to feel during this time.
Yes, absolutely. Our show is going to do that. Our show is such a feel good, funny, romantic comedy. You'll be crying and laughing. You'll be laughing and crying. And it's just filled with all the goodness I think that we need right now, going through this quarantine and Corona and just our lives changing. It's
Absolutely.
exciting.
And
I'm
so,
very excited for everyone to watch.
me too. What really attracted you to your role specifically that you felt as though you could connect with and portray as beautifully as you do?
Thank you. Thank you. I play Mari Garcia, the mom, the matriarch of the family. What attracted me to the role is that I have 3 grown children of my own. I've been with my husband for 35 years. I know all too well what it's like to be a mom, a loving wife, and just the story of like the family. And I really was hoping to find something that was about family, that wasn't dysfunctional, violent, about drug cartels or prostitution or any of that negative stuff. And so when I read the script, I just burst. I was like, oh my God, this is it. This is it. I want to play this woman. I know her from the inside out. And I wanted to have I love to play positive female characters, strong female characters. I wanted to play a role that was a combination of strong and passionate, but in a family mother way. And I feel like The Baker and the Beauty was it, and Mari Garcia was it. And she's sassy and she's hot and she loves her husband and she just dances and she cooks, but she's this warm mom and she deals with her children. And she's kind of like the driving force in the family of like love and fun and happy life.
And so how did you, because I know you have children in real life as well, did you, grow to feel like the people on the show were your family? And did you see any similarities between your own kids and your kids on the show?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I was definitely the mom on set. Carlos Gomez, who plays Rafael, my husband, was definitely the dad. And I absolutely connected with each one of the actors who played my kids. Victor Rasuk plays Daniel, my oldest son. David Del Rio plays Mateo, my middle son. Belisa Escobedo plays my daughter, Natalie. And each, I have 2 boys and a girl. And similar ages, by the way, of the characters on the show, which is really crazy. Art imitating life, right? Life imitating art, all that kind of stuff. And they each have qualities of each one of my kids and who I identify them with. So it was so easy. We became such a family. We shot in Puerto Rico, which doubles from Miami. And we literally just did this together. I mean, we went through so many things over there, earthquakes and illnesses and heart attacks and, craziness, right? And we just did this. And it was very special, very, very special.
So that was my next question, actually, about shooting in Puerto Rico. When did you guys shoot, and what was going on in Puerto Rico during that time? Were they rebuilding? And was it exciting for people in Puerto Rico to have a show being shot there? Because we don't see a lot of that today.
It was so exciting. It was exciting for, I believe, the people on the island that worked on the show. First of all, we had pretty much an entirely Puerto Rican Latino crew. That was incredible in itself. And I have to tell you, it was the best crew I've ever worked with. And the vibe was incredible because it was like being with family. I'm Puerto Rican. I'm born and raised in New York City, but I'm of Puerto Rican descent, my whole family. So it was like being with family, and I think everyone on set felt that. And there was music. There's a lot of dancing and music. We go be before a scene was shooting. We were like Carlos and I dancing salsa. It was like, okay, action, and catering and craft service was literally like going to grandma's house or mommy's house. Like you didn't get like hot dogs and buns. You got like some serious Puerto Rican food. So we all gained a little weight. But it was really awesome. It was beautiful. The island is beautiful. The culture is just, it was incredible, very special.
And was the island still kind of struggling at all? I mean, you mentioned earthquakes, like things were going on during that time then.
You know what? The island is definitely still recovering. And there's still some areas that that a lot of help needs and needs to come into the island. And I feel like our little show helped that, because the tax incentives and us shooting there was helpful financially. But I tell you what, Puerto Rican people are resilient. They will take something sad or bad and still be joyful. That is the beauty of our people. Like, they're so resilient, and they're so, it's all about family and food, music, life, living your life and being joyful. So I loved it.
Yeah, I love that. And I think it's so cool that you guys shot there. It's absolutely amazing. Tell me a little bit about why you think that this love story is going to resonate with people so much today.
I think this love story is going to resonate because the baker and the beauty is sort of an unlikely match. Daniel Garcia is a baker, works for his family's bakery, and accidentally, as he's living his normal, regular life, having a girlfriend for 4 years and all that, he happens upon this hugely famous celebrity who's very successful, crazy money, fashion mogul, and they start to fall in love. And the simple and complicated ways that they fall in love is so endearing, and it really and truly it's without everything being perfect and peachy, but it's so beautiful, and it's so a representation of how Daniel was brought up with his mom and dad and family and heart. So I think it's a genuine love story, and the beautiful thing is that our audience gets to be on that joyride with us, and what that looks like as a family, how those two worlds collide, how that affects each family member and their relationships. So it's real life stuff, and it's this amazing immigrant family being just a regular family, normal, like any other family, with normal problems, except when Noah Hamilton comes in, and it's like, oh my God, it's like Madonna coming in, or like, Selena Gomez, or, somebody, Jennifer Lopez, somebody huge, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. And on the show, your relationship with your husband is so strong. You guys are really just like the center of this beautiful, well-oiled family. Will the relationship you have with your husband kind of continue to be a really good home center for the rest of the characters to rely on and seek advice from during all of this?
Yeah, see, that's also the beautiful thing you get to watch on our show, is the bumps in the road that this causes, and what does that look like, especially in a family that is so tightly knit and in each other's business, and just has this sort of policy of like family first and love first. And so yeah, we're always the sounding board in a lot of ways, whether it's good or bad. And that's the beautiful thing, is that we're showing Mari and Rafael Garcia, they're good parents. Their heart is in the right place, even though Rafael's character tends to be a little more tentative, a little more nervous about this whole relationship, and Mari's a little more excited about it because she was a showgirl, and she worked at El Tropicana in Cuba, and all the flashing lights are very exciting in show business, but it all comes down to the heart for both of them. They are still humble people at heart, and it's like, you don't have those right qualities, you don't belong here. So you see all of that, and how the dynamic of all of that affects the family, good and badly.
And lastly, how are you doing during this time during quarantine? I have followed your journey breast cancer and being a survivor and all of that. For people like you that are cancer survivors during this time, are there any extra precautions that you're having to take, or to just be more careful and mindful of what's going on because of that?
Absolutely. I mean, during this quarantine, it has been important to me to protect myself as well as others. And so I've been very diligent with my children about no, you can't go to your girlfriend's house. No, you can't do that. No, you can't play basketball. You know why? Because you might infect someone else and then you might come home and infect me. My immune system is slightly compromised, even though I take good care of myself. You have to think of someone other than yourself right now, which is what we're all supposed to be doing. And as a matter of fact, this time I've been spending a lot of time talking and being in touch with the American Cancer Society. Connecting with them on different ways that I can be more helpful on my platform, just being supportive and being, a wealth of information about early detection, which is what saved my life, my mother's life, my sister's life, my aunt's life, because it runs in our family. And so I'd like to do that for all women, of course, but especially the lower income community, Latino community, and women of color, because the fear factor plays a big role in that, in early detection, and also ultrasounds not being covered by insurance. And so I've been, working on that and talking to them about that, and also just spending some great time cooking and dancing and posting videos and bicycle riding with my daughter and going on long walks with my husband and my son, walking our dogs, and just back to the basics of what is important, and pulling back on all the busyness of the things that actually keep you disconnected. It's nice to see families walking down the street and waving hello, and that's been really good.
Yeah, it's definitely a very long moment of calm and regrouping. So it's important to see the positives of it. And I'm so glad that you're doing well and your kids are listening to you, hopefully.
Thank you. Yeah, they are. I'm like,
Well, it was an absolute pleasure to speak with you. And everybody, please make sure you tune in to the premiere of The Baker and the Beauty, which is premiering next Monday, April 13th on ABC at 10 p.m. And then you can watch it every Monday thereafter. Well, thank you again, Lisa. And everyone, will see you next time. Bye. Thanks, Lisa. It was an absolute pleasure.
Bye.
Bye.